Hey guys! So sorry that I look like such a potato today as usual. I'm going to be talking about my amazing tour is not on fire, aka Tatinof Experiences. This video is going to be in no way at all bragging about my experiences. It's just something that I like talking about. I want to talk about since I just went to it, and so I want to let out all the feels. I'm not going to give out any spoilers, so don't worry about that either. I know that's strictly against the rules, but no spoilers at all. I know if people weren't able to go or people who want to go want some advice or what the experience is like, then you can watch this. So, as you probably knew or know or didn't know or now know, I was in Florida, in Orlando, doing the Disney College program. And that is a whole nother story, and I have other videos on my channel about that whole experience, but that's a whole nother story. But since I was there during spring, I was able to go to Playlist Live. In between, I got my Playlist Live ticket, and before Playlist Live, about 2 months beforehand, Dan and Phil announced that they were doing the US tour of The Amazing Tour is Not on Fire. So I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And so I looked at the tour dates when they came out. They were coming to Playlist Live. They were doing like the pre-show before Playlist Live. So it was their tour, but it was like the day before Playlist Live, that Friday, when Playlist Live officially started on Saturday. I got tickets for the 7:30 show. There were 2 showings of it, 4:30 and 7:30. So I went to the later showing at 7:30. And my ticket was like $50. I don't know. It wasn't too bad. I got a wristband from it. It was for like the Amazing Tour is on Fire night showing. I'll put a picture of it. And then I also got the bracelet that says I actually went outside to see Dan and Phil at Playlist Live. Also, if you do want to buy a shirt, my advice would be to wait, because I kind of waited, I kind of didn't wait, because I bought this shirt. I actually went outside to see Dan and Phil on tour shirt right when the UK tour ended and everything was on sale on the website then. And so when I bought this shirt, it was on sale for $15, but with shipping and stuff, it ended up being the same price. It'd be like $5 less than it would have been if I just bought it at the show. So just to save like the stress of having to buy a shirt there, I just bought this one ahead of time and wore it to the show. I mean, it's $25 for a t-shirt. They had 2 different shirts there, and they also had a long sleeve shirt for $35. And they also had like bracelets and lanyards and maybe a poster or a bag or something. I don't know. I didn't look. And so yeah. And that's the story about merch. Another warning, fact, thing that I know has been circling around, and something that you should know ahead of time, because I didn't know this ahead of time, was you cannot record or take pictures of absolutely anything in the entire show. They'll let you take pictures of like the stage beforehand and the stage afterwards, but you can't like take a picture with Dan and Phil out on stage. And that is because they don't want any spoilers, and they're gonna be making an actual documentary video about the tour. And that was something I was kind of confused about, because I'm like, are they gonna put parts of our actual shows on the documentary, or is it just gonna be one like general documentary about the tour? Because I mean, I'd like certain parts from my shows because of certain things that have happened during the shows that are different compared to the other shows, because every show is different. So I'd like to see some of the parts from my show, but I mean, I guess we can't really tell until when the DVD comes out, or if DVD or movie documentary, I don't know, but you know what I mean. So you can't record anything. They make like a cute little announcement beforehand, just letting you know. And there is security walking up and down the aisles, making sure that you're not recording. So definitely do not record anything at all. The way that Playlist Live had this show set up was, it was in one of the conference, like banquet halls, ballroom type places. So it was all one floor. So it was, I mean, like the stage was pretty high up, but I mean, we were in the very, very last row, the very last row. And so they let us stand up since we were in the very back and we weren't blocking anybody. So we got to see it that way, which was a lot easier because I'm short and I would not have been able to see them that well because we were so far away and everything like that. So that one was standing room only. I don't think any of the other shows are standing room only. I think they all provide seats for you ahead of time, which is great. It's a really, really, really great show. I mean, like some parts of it were obviously scripted, but I'm like, they do a really good job. They did such a great job bringing their videos to life, like live in person right in front of you. And it's just so hard to comprehend the fact that they are standing right in front of you. Like there's no computer screen blocking you. They are physically right there. It's just something that my mind cannot handle at times, and I'm like, wait, they're literally right there, like they're standing right there, they're real people. I've been watching Dan and Phil for like 3 years, and I know a lot of people have watched them longer than me, and that's perfectly fine. I've watched them since like, I don't know, beginning of 2013, I got really into them. And so ever since that time, I was like, oh my god, I'll never be able to see them. I'll never be able to go play this live, all this stuff. But then when I was finally able to just see them in person, I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And like every time I passed the hotel before I went to play this live, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be seeing Dan and Phil in there, oh my god. And because I had to drive past it every day to go to work at Disney. Since the Orlando show was during Playlist Live, there wasn't an actual meet and greet, VIP meet and greet with the tour. The only meet and greet they had at that time was just for the Playlist Live. My dog is snoring. It's just for the official Playlist Live meetup, so the one that's like linked with Playlist Live. I actually got into that one. I was in the reservation. I was in like the list for that. I don't know what the word is. I did meet them the next day. I'll put my pictures up over here. They're super sweet, super nice. They're a lot more quieter than I thought they were. I mean, Dan did a lot of the talking when I thought Phil would do most of the talking, but they're still really sweet. They give amazing hugs, like really good hugs, and they're not as gigantic as I thought they were going to be next to me either, because I'm exactly a foot shorter than Dan, like exactly. I'm 5'3", he's 6'3", so I thought it was gonna be kind of weird, but it's not that weird. They're super sweet, they're super nice, they're very down-to-earth people, and if you ask, Dan will take the selfies because he has freakishly long arms, so he'll take the selfies for you. Otherwise, you can probably get someone to take the picture for you. I think they'll have like someone that works with them taking pictures. I don't know how rushed it is for the VIP meet and greets, but I know that for Playlist Live, it wasn't too bad. They're like, you can only get one autograph, you can take one picture. I took two, but you know. So after the Playlist Live show, I was very sad because I'm like, oh my god, I missed them. I didn't know if that was gonna be my last time seeing them or not, so I make it be like every time I see someone, I always act like it's gonna be my last time seeing them. I actually had to move back home to Chicago, and I did that for reasons. Disney wasn't working out, so I moved back to Chicago, where I'm originally from. So when I came back to Chicago, I actually found the perfect timing because Dan and Phil were coming to Chicago like a week and a half after I came back. So I'm like, okay. My mom actually got a like email sent to her from this company that she normally buys tickets from that said like, hey, we're selling tickets for the Friday night showing of the Dan and Phil show. They're $68 for the main floor. Otherwise, you can buy them from Ticketmaster when it's $70 to get up in the bleachers. And I'm like, well, I might as well just buy the main floor one for $68 and just be a little bit closer because it's like a little bit cheaper. And so that's what I did. I went to the Friday night show, and the thing that stunk or sucked or was bad about me buying it from this company was that they just told me I was sitting on the main floor. It didn't say where. So the entire time I'm like, was this legit? Was this a scam? Hopefully it wasn't. They said I had to pick up my ticket at will call. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll find out what happens when I get there. My friend Erin and I made these glitter faces. We called them glitter phrases because they're not actually glitter faces. And mine says, hey buddy, you in Chicago, as in the thing that like Nick Jonas said to Dan, saying like, hey buddy, you in London. And we were gonna drop them off in the little craft corner area because before the shows they have a place where you can drop off crafts that they'll bring up on stage, or you could suggest 7-second challenges for them to do up on stage. Well, there's also people walking around that are also asking you why you were a weird kid for part of the show and asking for advice from them for part of the show too. I don't know when they do that. If you know, let me know in the comments below, because I was kind of wondering that too. I didn't know if it was just for VIP or if it was just if you got there early or not, but I didn't see anybody, so I wasn't sure. I dropped off my craft, and then I also had a couple 7-second challenges for them to do. The ones I did in Florida, I think, were act like your favorite Disney character and sing another verse from the smash hit Ladders. And so I put those down. They didn't read them, but they did read my friend Christine's, which was act like your favorite Harry Potter character or something like that. So they did that at the Florida show. And then for the one in Chicago, I asked them to sing Britney Spears' Toxic in their best Britney Spears' voice, and then I also asked them to act like their favorite Disney princess. My seats for this show were fantastic, no pun intended, fantastic, and I sat more towards the left. I actually, since I bought my ticket later, it was legit by the way, obviously, since I went to the show, but since I bought my ticket later than two of my friends, I sat by myself, but they actually were supposed to sit up on the second floor, but they got moved down to the main floor, like The place was empty. I was perfectly fine by myself too. Like, I've been to concerts by myself too. This wasn't even a concert. It was just like a show. And I was fine by myself. It's perfectly fine by yourself. No one's gonna judge you. And Dan had his playlist going on, the pre-show playlist or whatever going on. He picked really good songs, and so I was like, Dan, music game strong. So then they came out, I cried the first time, I cried the second time, I just cried every time because I love them so much. Dan had Phil do my 7-second challenge, the Britney Spears one, and then Dan also held up my Hey Buddy You in Chicago glitter face, and I was like, oh my god, wow. So they did like both of the things that I brought for them, and I was like, oh my god, shut up. And I felt so bad because none of my friends got picked for anything, and I got both of them, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And everyone around me was like, Emily, not again. I was like, I'm so sorry, everybody. I felt so bad. So that was the end of that one. There was nothing exciting besides that. I had a lot of fun. Like I said, they do a really great job bringing videos that they make to life, and it's really good, and they make me so happy, and I love them so much, and I hope that I can see them again soon. I'm trying for Playlist or VidCon 2017, so we'll just have to see. If you have the opportunity to go to Tatinof, I highly suggest it because it is so much fun. And if you have any questions or anything you want to say that is very nice, because we are nice here, you can leave that in the comments below. If you want to hear about my Playlist Live experience, which is a whole nother story too, you can suggest that down below and I can make a video about my Playlist Live experience. So I hope you guys have a great week and a magical day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye!